Welcome back, everyone, to Darkmoon Diaries, episode 88. I actually have to go and put a lot more of these up to upload tonight. So, as always, we move on with MSQ. It makes no sense for Master Shy to have left without a word, but even if he had, he would not have done so unobserved. Someone here will have seen something, I am sure of it. We should split up and inquire as to whether anyone saw him leave, or, failing that, if they have any idea where he might have gone. I will meet you at the Glory Gate to compare notes later on. Buttress.
You're a buttress.
Master Shy? Why yes, I spoke with him recently. Though I recall he was in a rather dour mood, concerned with Yolmor's neglect of industry, you see. With Lord Vothry's inexhaustible store of mills, and no great need for money, it's little wonder our businesses were all but forgotten under his rule. But I assured Master Shy that the Boutique of Splendors will do all it can to contribute to the revival of trade here in Yolmor, which seemed to satisfy him. He took his leave soon after.
Really, I was short one? That's stupid.
Okay, to Glory Gate. Are you actually in here? Yes, you are. Cornen. Looking for Master Shy, are you? Is something amiss? When last I saw him, he seemed ready to collapse from exhaustion. I insisted he rest and catch his breath, and we talked for a while about his concerns over the city's defenses, amongst other things. He made more than a few valid points. Many of our men are still recovering after your confrontation with Lord Vothry. And finding General Ranjit in a heap in the middle of the plaza shook us all to the core. The man commanded no small amount of loyalty, and some of our longest-serving soldiers seemed lost without him. Indeed, a number of them left. I need this. Not that we blame you, of course. Without you and yours, we would still be blind to the error of our ways. Anyway, funding permitting, I proposed replenishing our ranks with volunteers from the Derelicts and Gate Town. We have a duty to protect not only Yolmor, you see, but the surrounding regions of Kalusha as well. And I, for one, would welcome any man or woman willing to take up arms for that cause. Indeed, I told him as much, and he seemed relieved to hear it. It was on that note that we parted ways. He headed outside, as I recall.
Oh, anyways, I'm further than you in this main story anyways. You have to teleport to the place outside, and then I'll be there.
Southeast Derelicts. I recall a man fitting that description. Asked to speak with the poor buggers lately come from right. Said he wanted to know the state of things down in the Derelicts. And you can be sure we gave him an earful. Lack of food, medicine, clothing, there was plenty to tell. We hunt high and low for whatever we can scavenge. And it's barely enough to fill our bellies, but folk here don't just want to survive, they want to thrive. When he heard that, he started mumbling to himself, something about finding us work, I think. Fair play to him, though, not content with having his ear chewed about the Derelicts. He asked about the other settlements and all. After that, I can't really say. Looked like he was heading for Gate Town when I saw him last. Back to Elfino. Where is he? Oh, he's at the gate over there. Ah, there you are. How did you fare? Have you learned anything which might offer a clue as to Master Shy's whereabouts? Interesting. He apparently paid a visit to the Queen Bee as well. They discussed the possibility of granting admission to customers from outside Yomor, an idea to which the proprietor was surprisingly receptive. I'm dying. Sounds like he's got big plans for the place. Yomor, I mean, not the bee. Perhaps, but the question remains, where did he go after leaving the city? All we know for certain is that Master Shy has shown great concern not only for Yomor, but its surrounding settlements. It seems logical then that, having consulted those within the city walls, he would wish to do the same to those without. Glacier, if you would go and make inquiries in Right, I shall do likewise in Stilltide. Gate Town, I leave to you, Kaishir. Fair enough. Where should we meet once we're done? Well, Top Rung would seem to me to be the next most likely destination. Let us reconvene there. With any luck, one of us will have stumbled upon him by then, but if not, we will be well situated to continue our search. Okay, to Right I go. This is interesting. Not gonna lie, like, I guess the story is slightly staling at this point, but it does make sense why it would be. Oh, what's Siluk doing here? What's this quest with Siluk? Oh, the Ronnet to the rescue one. It's over here, because there's the dwarf Ronnet.
Yep.
Oh, well. Honestly, Scar, do you think we're gonna make it to 50 subs this year?
This year? Yeah.
You sure? No. The name doesn't ring any bells. But there was a rather dapper-looking, Mistal gentleman here not long ago. He wanted to talk about relations between Right and Yomor, or rather the lack of them. We lost a great many people to their promises of mail and the chance of a lavish life among the free. And Vothri thought to take even more from us, conscripting the few able-bodied men we had left to guard his paradise. I needn't tell you what happened when the Sin Eaters came. Such things are hard to forgive. But Vothri's gone now, and we're curious to see what will become of Yomor in his absence. That's what I told your friend. Shy Nuz, was it? And I'm sure the others said the same. Not what he wanted to hear, I suppose, because he left soon after, and that was that.
Wow, you just leave me like that. You don't even give me a ride. After all the teleports, after all the rides.
Oh, were you actually there?
Yeah, I was standing right beside you, bitch.
That's awkward.
Yeah. You're gonna just leave me at the altar like that too, huh?
Yes.
You're just gonna like, hey
Exactly.
guys, I'm leaving. Bye.
She'll make it on her way.
What?
What? Oh, is it up top? Wait, what? Oh no. What? How did I miss this?
I don't know, but... See if you had waited.
So he paid a visit to both Right and Gate Town as well, did he? I see. Kaishira and I glean much the same. He seemed determined to salvage what goodwill might yet remain among the settlements of Kalusha, the only likely place he has left to go being Amity. Come, if we are quick, we may yet catch up with him. Let us catch up with him.
Run through.
Why are you flying so low?
So I was running through the golem. Why can't I run through the golem, eh? Eh? Ooh, my stuff's sold. Make 'em boink!
China's.
Oh no, my mask is actually on.
Glacier, Alfino, Kaishir, what are you doing here? We might ask you the same, Master Shy. We have been looking all over for you. Looking for me? Whatever for? Lady Shy has been nigh inconsolable in your absence. She claims you disappeared without so much as a word and bade us return you to her side. What in blazes are you talking about? I left her a letter in our chambers. Though I suppose she could have overlooked it. Of course she overlooked it. And when she gets an idea into her head, I can only apologize. Every woman ever. Love you. Yeah. I may have screwed up with that one.
We're sleeping on the couch tonight.
No harm done, Master Shy. But since we are here, might I ask what compelled you to come all this way? We were told you had been elected mayor, and from what we have gathered from nearby villages, you've been inquiring about the people's grievances. Is it safe to assume you mean to take the role, or maybe to take office? Now, let's not jump to conclusions. I did seek to learn much about the problems faced by the people of Kalusha. That much is true, but I am by no means sure I am the man to solve them. Tackling our many challenges will require resources, and until I have secured them, it would not be right to assume the role of mayor. I see. And you believe said resources can be found here? Indeed. The people's grievances are many, but in the course of my inquiries, I have already met with several individuals willing to lend their aid in addressing them. However, there remains one individual crucial to my plans, a man whose counsel might yet make a mayor of me. With respect, such forethought is in itself proof of your suitability. The city needs you, Master Shy, and I am certain this man of whom you speak, whoever he may be, will reach the same conclusion. For what little it is worth, we will vouch for you should he require convincing. We believe in you, Master Shy.
No, we don't.
I don't know what to say. You don't need to say anything. You've got your actions to speak for you. For as long as I can remember, all I ever wanted was to make it into Yomor, but that dream's gone now. Burst like a bubble. Or a boil, more like. Anyway, outside of repaying Master Alfino, I haven't had a clue what to do with myself. Spent most days in a daze. But you? You've been running up and down trying to find a way to fix this mess for everyone. And I reckon you can do it. You got this lot up Mount Golg, didn't you? How hard could marrying be? You're going to steal Yormol to a better future. I know it. And I want to help. Properly help. Do something that makes a difference. I don't know what it is yet, but I'll work it out on the way. If you let me come with you, that is. You give me entirely too much credit, the lot of you, but I can't deny it gives me heart. Come then, let us press on together. Thank you, Master Shy. But we mustn't get ahead of ourselves. Yulmore needs more than a man with good intentions, which is why I am here, to find one with the experience needed to see the city thrive. Who is this man exactly, and are you certain he's here in Amity? Rendon is his name, and yes, he is. Or was. I had scarcely begun to explain myself when he decided his time was better spent elsewhere. He served as chief advisor to Wathri's father when he was in office. If Ranjit was the mayor's right hand, one might say Rendon was the left, and between them they kept Yolmore on the road to prosperity. The city needs more than a mere man of business, which is why I must find him. But even if you do, what makes you think he will listen? Before giving chase, might it not be wise to speak with those who know him? Or those who know him here in Amity? They may be able to shed some light on his reason for rejecting your overtures out of hand. Yes, I suppose that makes sense. Perhaps we should start with Tristal, then. As I recall, you made a rather favorable impression on him. I'm certain he would be willing to talk to us. Greetings, friend, and to you too, Master Shy. I presume you're here to ask about, or after Rendon? I couldn't help overhearing your earlier exchange. Yes, well, with Vathri gone, Yolmore wants for a leader. Should no one rise to the challenge, the city could very well collapse. I came here seeking Rendon's counsel in the hope that we could build a better Yolmore together, and that is still my wish. But given how abominably you were mistreated there, I will quite understand if you choose not to help. Worry not, Master Shy. I bear no grudge against you or the people of Yolmore, and I would not see you to suffer for Vathri's villainy. As you no doubt gathered from your meeting earlier, Rendon can be rather uncompromising. He has his principles, you see, and little patience for anyone he deems less committed to their own. Your desire to right the wrongs of your past, of Yolmore's past, is quite admirable, but I fear the guilt you bear on the city's behalf works against you. I can see it in your eyes, in the way you carry yourself. It goes without saying he sees it as well. You must let those feelings go, Master Shy. Be more assertive. Commit to this course, and prove to him Yolmore has the resolve to change. The resolve to change? I believe he was heading towards Pit 8 when he left. If you plan to go and speak with them, I suggest you be firm and clear in your intentions. Very well. To Pit 8 we shall go, and I will not take no for an answer. Nay, not even a maybe. He just walked through my body. And the cop.
I had to pack up my chocobo and put it in the trunk. I had to put my chocobo in the trunk. There's no room for it out here.
It's true.
Well, well, it's you again.
Oh, it's talking.
Well, I see you've invited your friends. Need them to fight your battles for you, do you?
No, I didn't invite them, as it happens. Though they are indeed my friends. Not only mine, but every true Yolmoran's. They are the ones who awakened us to the truth, to Lord Vathri's villainy. The famous warriors of darkness.
Yeah, can't you tell I'm the warrior of darkness? I'm wearing all black.
Are they now?
Yes, they are. It would be no exaggeration to call them our saviors. We owe much and more to their kindness, but we cannot depend on that kindness forever. To do so would be a little different from entrusting our affairs to Lord Vathri. Nay, we must learn to stand on our own 2 feet. And I would have them present to witness my attempt.
Hear, hear, Master Shy.
Here, here.
Your sentiments are admirable. Yet admirable sentiments do not a nation make. In my capacity as advisor, I once strove to build a better Yulmore. Gave honest counsel to my superiors, drafted laws for the benefit of one and all. But in time, my values fell out of favor. There was no need for them in this paradise FFXIV was creating. And so I left my homeland behind. But you, Chai News, you were
Oh, it's
content to
News.
wallow in
I've been calling him Nuz.
And so I cannot help but ask myself what manner of nation you
Nuz?
intend to build.
I can offer no simple answer to that question. But this much I will say.
I love his resolve
It
right
is my
there.
hope that Yulmore can become a nation which her citizens might freely choose to build together. A great many people, myself included, flocked to Yulmore seeking sanctuary. The alternative being to live in fear and die in pain. It seemed an easy choice. And sanctuary we found. As much food and drink as we could ever want. Secured at the cost of the surrounding villages. Little wonder the people gathered at our doorstep, begging to work among the bonded. The free were blind.
Goodness,
to
I'm
it all,
tired.
Of course. Content to, as you say, wallow in indolence. In ignorance. Were I mayor, I would first take stock of the city's resources and see that they were assigned equitably. Our days of reckless consumption are behind us. The distinction between free and bonded died with FFXIV. The needs of rich and poor alike must be considered if our nation is to survive. To which end I would take steps to secure channels for supplies, rekindle relations with nearby settlements, who re-establish industry, reach out to neighboring nations, and the list goes on and on. But I am no ruler, nor even a politician. I am an entrepreneur. My expertise lie in planning and profit. I haven't the knowledge or experience to run a nation. Please, Rendon, will you not help me? Together, we could solve the city's problems. Build a Yulmore for the people.
A Yulmore for the people. I rather like the sound of that. But before I offer you my counsel, I would be certain of your ability to perform the duties of office.
You would?
You ask me to help you solve Yulmore's problems. But first, I would see you solve one on your own. Accomplish that, and you will prove both to me and the people that you are a man worth following.
Okay. Right then. Is there a particular issue you would have me resolve? You seem to have conducted an assessment of the problems Yulmore now faces. I assume you will agree, therefore, that the matter of dwindling food stores is the most pressing. Ah, yes. Mail being neither a desirable nor less sustainable option. I assume alternative foodstuffs are now required to fill the void. As a man who hungers is not like to contribute much to society, save violence perhaps. So tell me, how do you propose to solve this problem? Give me a satisfactory answer, and I will consider offering you my counsel. A combination of measures would seem to be in order. One to address the immediate issue of supply, and another, that of production. Go on. For the present, Yulmore's coffers can be used to purchase food from our neighbors. This would afford us time to address the underlying problem that affects us all, this long-standing neglect of agriculture. The villages that once served as sources of trade and foodstuffs must be repopulated, their means of production restored. This assumes, of course, that we can rekindle relations with our neighbors, guarantee security and stability in the region, and, most importantly, find people willing to leave the city and take up the rebuilding effort. My. Think of all that by yourself, did you? Well, yes. It began as a rather abstract plan I drafted some time ago, after speaking with the peoples of Yulmore and the nearby settlements. You've impressed me, Chinaz. I have? Well, that is a relief. Oh, you haven't secured my support just yet, only my attention. Grand plans will not be enough to persuade the masses. If you would ask them to rebuild, you must provide them with the means to do so. A fair point, Rendon, and one to which I have given much thought. I propose the use of Talos to aid in the establishment and maintenance of these settlements. Their employment should drastically improve efficiency and ultimately increase production. Talos? But Daedalus Stoneworks closed their doors years ago. Without a ready supply of the necessary equipment, the people would starve before your plans could be put into effect. Well, as the heir to Daedalus Stoneworks, it just so happens that Talos are my field of expertise, and with a little help, I'm quite certain we can acquire what we need in no time at all. Okay. Well, that's about the half-hour mark, and with that, we are going to call it an episode, and we will see you in the next one.